today we are going on our new show, What If? This is episode 1, season 1. I'm excited for this show. I think it will be really good. I think it has a variety of things that it can offer. But today, for episode 1, we're going to answer a question that many enthusiasts have asked themselves. What if Coaster Wars never happened? In the world, Millennium Force was a coaster that started the historic period called Coaster Wars. But in this universe, it went a different way. I don't think this is an option for us. We need a reliable ride, and I don't think this is what we're looking for. Okay, we look for another buyer. Intamin struggled for a buyer for their groundbreaking Giga Coaster. But in Sandusky, Ohio, Cedar Point was planning something different. They looked to new manufacturers and talked to many, but they ended up building a Vekoma boomerang, which would end up failing. Here comes my favorite part, the ripple effect. There will be a massive ripple because that wasn't built, a lot of other rides would not. So now we simulate to 2001, where things will look a bit different. Rides like Dudadumpa, Titan, Wildfire, Tower of Terror, and Nitro would never open because they didn't have any records to break. But rides like Phantom's Revenge, Expedition G-Force, Incredicoaster, Colossus would still open. The reason a lot of Intamins still open is that Intamin had a plan. We need to get a hold of Cedar Fair. They can branch us international. We need to work with Six Flags. We're here. Let's talk business. I'm excited to speak to you. I have some rides that you might like. They eventually agreed on 3 coasters, an Intamin Accelerator for Six Flags Great Adventure, an Intamin Shuttle Launch for Six Flags Great America, and an Intamin Prefab for Six Flags Magic Mountain. But B&M was falling behind. They needed to come back in 2003. Kick off the years, Six Flags was still building 3 to 4 Intamins a year, but usually one from other manufacturers. Merlin were still working lots with Intamin, with 2 coasters from Intamin. Cedar Fair was clearly falling behind, so then B&M came to help. They would build 2 coasters for Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair was working all within a budget in 2003. This was Cedar Fair's year. Cedar Fair are good friends with B&M now, and Six Flags are loving Intamin. No real crazy events, just some normal B&M and Intamin rides coming to the parks. Cedar Fair opted Intamin. Six Flags opted B&M in 2006. Six Flags built 1 B&M, and Cedar Fair built a small-scale Intamin for Carowinds. They both enjoyed the other manufacturers until another big manufacturer came to play. Mach, who had been working with SeaWorld, and Merlin caught the attention of Six Flags and Cedar Fair. The 2 chains were working with more than just B&M and Intamin. They were working with Zero and Vekoma, but with only small-scale rides. Six Flags built a major-scale Mach coaster for Magic Mountain, and a small-scale family coaster for King's Dominion would be Cedar Fair. Mach just became as big as the big 2 if they keep this up. They did keep this up. The ripple effect between 2008 and 2024. There would not be a Giga until 2017, where Intamin built a Giga coaster for Cedar Point. It would be the tallest coaster in the world at that time. More started popping up even at Six Flags parks because they could afford it, because they didn't file for bankruptcy 2 times and barely have debt. Same for Cedar Fair. They could build 4 to 5 coasters per year from 2015 to 2024 because they didn't have to pay off so much debt. Maverick would still open in the year 2007, but the two big ripples that would be different with no Coaster Wars. RMC would run out of business after 2 years because they could not compete with Intamin, B&M, and Mach. But the biggest of all, there would be no merger between the big two chains, Cedar Fair and Six Flags, because they did not need to combine their money and their parks because they had no debt. And of course, no Stratas for a long time and no Falcon's Flight. Instead, that park would still be built, but Falcon's Flight would be 400 feet, not 600 feet. So that's what would happen if Coaster Wars never happened. See you when you want to know the question. What if?